The third signal is a spiritual masterstroke that only works if you've laid the foundation of the first two. You need the complete blueprint for the magic to work, so stay with me for the full journey. Have you ever walked into a room that was perfectly decorated yet felt cold? There is furniture, there are pictures on the walls, and the heater is running, but it doesn't feel like a home. Relationships can feel that way too, when the energy has stagnated. There are stages of a relationship. You've been together for years. You know his coffee order, his favorite shirt, and his schedule. But lately, when you look at him across the dinner table, it feels like you're looking at a locked door. You know he's in there. You know he loves you, but he's stopped sharing the keys to his inner world. Welcome back to Predict My Future. I'm so glad you're here. We aren't here to fix him. We are here to build a sanctuary in you that is so safe, he cannot help but enter. You deserve the secure, loved feeling that creates. To understand how to get him to open up and how to bring him back, we have to look at where the foundation first cracked. The first crack in the architecture usually happens when we try to force a moment. In the spiritual realm, forced energy is push energy, and it always creates resistance. When you sit him down and say, "We need to talk," that creates a confrontational frequency. To a woman, that's an invitation to connect. To many men, that sounds like a summons to the principal's office. Instead, we use parallel entry. This means engaging in simple daily activity side by side, such as driving, walking, or even just sitting on the porch. When eye contact is removed, the pressure on his ego vanishes. Scientifically, this lowers his threat response. Now, the science of why this is so effective is rooted in how the male brain processes deep emotion. For men, direct, prolonged eye contact during a serious discussion can trigger a subtle threat response. It feels like an interrogation. So when you are side by side, his brain feels on the same team. It allows his thoughts to drift out naturally rather than being pulled out by force. Spiritually, it allows your auras to align in the same direction rather than clashing. Try this. The next time you want to know what's on his mind, don't ask him at the dinner table. Ask him while you're both looking out at the horizon, not each other. You'll be surprised at what he finally feels safe enough to say. Now, you might be wondering, what if he isn't a walker, or what if he's always on his phone? Parallel entry can be as simple as sitting on the floor while he's on the couch, or driving to run a mundane errand together. The magic isn't in the activity. It's in the lack of eye contact. It's about giving his spirit the space to breathe without feeling watched. Signal number 2, the vault, the sacred space. Once he begins to speak, you can send the second signal, the vault. This is a rare energetic state where you become a sacred container for his truth. Think back. Has there ever been a time when he shared a small insecurity and later, during a heated argument, it was brought back up? Or perhaps he shared a life goal or dream and you immediately followed it with logical advice or reasons why it might be difficult? We do this because we care, because we want to help. But to him, it feels like his vulnerability was a mistake. To rebuild the architecture of safety, you must become a vault. When he shares something, anything, your only job is just to receive it. No judgment, no immediate fixing, no "I told you so," just a quiet, warm space where his words can land and stay safe. The science of why this matters is found in what psychologists call the vulnerability hangover. If a man feels exposed after sharing, his brain marks that experience as dangerous. By becoming a vault, you are retraining his nervous system to associate sharing with peace, not with consequences. When he knows his heart is safe in your hands, he will stop hiding it behind the walls of his silence. I know this is hard. We've all broken the vault before. We've all used a past secret in a moment of anger because we were hurting. If you've done this, don't despair. You can rebuild the vault starting today. It begins with a silent apology to his spirit and a commitment to hold his next truth with sacred hands. Trust is built in drops, but lost in buckets. So start collecting those drops today. Now we reach the most powerful part of the blueprint, the master key, that only works once the first two signals have cleared the path. This final shift is the most beautiful of all. It is the no requirement presence. In the world outside your home, he has to be something. He has to be the provider, the boss, the strong one, the fixer. The weight of performing is constant. What if, within the architecture of your relationship, he didn't have to be any of those things? What if he could just exist? Let's turn the tables just for a second. Would you enjoy being loved just because you exist? Loved just because you are who you are? Of course, and you should be. Now let's send him this signal, which is sent through easy small things you can do. A hand on his shoulder as you walk by, with no follow-up question. Sitting in the same room, reading different books, enjoying the silence together. It's the message that says, I don't need anything from you right now. I just love your vibration in this room. I like that you are here. The science of why this works is quite profound. This kind of passive safety actually lowers his cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and allows his body to produce oxytocin. That's the bonding hormone. You are literally changing his body's chemistry, making it physically easier for him to feel close to you. Sometimes you want to know what he's feeling but hasn't found the words for yet. Because these energetic shifts are subtle, I am here to help you. You can reach out to me at predictmyfuture.com for psychic relationship insights. So to recap, we just went over the 3 essential signals to rebuild the architecture of your relationship. The parallel entry, moving from confrontation to side-by-side alignment to lower his energetic shields. The vault, becoming a sacred, non-judgmental container so he feels safe enough to stop hiding. And the no requirement presence, the master key that shifts his body chemistry and spiritual frequency simply by letting him be. You are the architect. Your peace is the foundation. Don't be discouraged by the silence. It's just a room waiting for the right light to be turned on. And now you have the knowledge, and your heart already knows the way. I'll see you in the next video.